The Bedlam Raiders were a group of bandits based on the planet Koboh and led by a Jedi called Rayvis. Initially, these Bedlam Raiders were a scattered bunch of separate raider clans, but Rayvis managed to unite all of these ragtag clans through force, as well as reactivate and repurpose a legion of old separatist battle droids to fight for their cause. This united group of raiders pledged themselves to Rayvis. While their ideologies differed, with some members following a code of honor, others prioritizing survival above all else, and others just wanting nothing more than to cause chaos, they were all loyal to Rayvis. Rayvis, however, was loyal to another, a former Jedi by the name of Dagan Gera. Dagan Gera had ambitions beyond leading a band of raiders on an Outer Rim world, though. He wanted to reach a planet called Tanalorr. There, Dagan planned to train the Bedlam Raiders to wield lightsabers and the Force in order to fight back against the Empire and cleanse the galaxy in his own image. Many of the Bedlam Raiders had already been equipped with lightsabers, given to a select group of them by Rayvis, who had taken them from the Jedi he had killed during the time of the High Republic. Dagan's cause became the Bedlam Raiders' cause. They followed Rayvis and Dagan devoutly, and when Rayvis was no longer in a position to lead the Raiders because of a terminal lightsaber to the face, they continued to follow Dagan's orders. However, Dagan eventually met a similar fate, and the Raiders faded away. They were still a threat to the people of Koboh, to be sure, but with the arrival of the Empire on the planet, their significance and power waned. While they still tried to maintain a hold on their territory, they failed to reach the same heights of power as before. As far as we know, anyway. It's possible that they have a comeback and maybe do something significant, but we don't know that yet. I assume that they eventually just fall back into old habits and break apart into several different bandit gangs, now that they have no official leadership holding them together. The Bedlam Raiders built their home base inside the remains of a downed separatist Lucrehulk from the Clone Wars, which is where they had scavenged most of their weaponry and equipment, most notably the majority of their muscle, that being the battle droids of the former separatist army. Back when Rayvis was alive and the sole leader of the Raiders, this is where he gathered all the separate clans of bandits under one banner. Rayvis had reprogrammed several of his own battle droids, but he didn't do it all alone. One particular resident of Koboh, by the name of Filkis Gore, was responsible for reprogramming most of the droids to serve the Raiders. However, Filkis was convinced by the Jedi Cal Kestis to abandon the Raiders, and so, Filkis endeavored to take his battle droids off-planet and start anew somewhere else. The only other bit of significance the Bedlam Raiders had was that after Rayvis and Dagan died, they teamed up with the Haxian Brood to claim the bounty on Cal Kestis. Other than that, that's the history of the Bedlam Raiders. I hope you enjoyed.